All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakodash, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right. First off, I want to say Shalom to the ones that push this word out in truth and sincerity, which are the apostles and elders on down to the brothers. And Shalom to the ones that endured his faith until the very end, until the time of Jacob's troubles, which are again the apostles and elders on down to the brothers and a few sisters. All right. So Shalom. So I want to, do this, quick video based on, this book that I've been going into for quite a while, actually. I mentioned this book quite a few times, like how I got the housing, right? The Black or Negro Removal Act, right? The Housing Removal Act. That's what that was all about, right? I got it out of actually this book as well. And it's also proven, data you can even look up anywhere, what that was all about, right? Now, I went further into it, right, about like the 150th to 151 like page. That explained how, let me get that real quick. I already got the book, so I might as well. 151, yep. So what this pretty much went into was how much money that the White House spent, through their speeches, right? Because every candidate that has a big speech, whether they're in a presidential office or not, they get paid quite a lot, right? But you got to question, where is the money going, right? Because they're being paid all these millions and billions of dollars, right? But first off, Trump is a billionaire. He ain't got that much power. What is up with that? If they're all these billionaires, then what about, the derelicts? What about the homeless? What's up with that? How come people are constantly being taxed, which is people being pretty much having to pay for the state, right? They're having to pay the state for any, emergencies or anything that happens. That's what being taxed is all about. You're paying the state. Not only that, but that state money goes to the country. And then that goes to whoever runs the country. And then that goes to the debt, right? And then that goes to the investors that's outside of the countries, right? The foreigners. Who does America owe money to? Right? Those investors. And how are we this much in debt? Clearly, the U.S. ain't got this much money. So why are they throwing out so much money for just a speech, right? So in this book, damn, I didn't even see this part earlier. The Clintons, right? The Clinton family, Hillary Clinton specifically, and Bill Clinton. The Clintons left the White House in 2001 in debt of over $8 million, but now miraculously claim a net worth of $111 million. They left the whole White House in debt of $8 million, right? Does that even make sense, right? Compared to, the amount of debt that the U.S. is in right now, the amount of high prices that's increasing, right? The amounts of, everything that's being in decay right now. That goes into Isaiah 14, right? And 11, right? The pomp being brought low, which is the excellency of the society, is being all brought low. It says Hillary and Bill Clinton made more than $25 million for 104 speeches since the start of 2014. Right? So if they made all this money, right, for all these speeches, then again, where exactly is the money going? Right? So on the next page, it says the large amount of money raised by Bill Clinton after the earthquake and pledged by the U.S. under Hillary Clinton simply disappeared without a trace, its whereabouts unknown, right? Where's the money going? So now they're saying all this money that they made from these speeches that they're being paid by the country, right, by these elites, just disappeared right after leaving the White House in debt, right? The main one who left the U.S. in so much debt was actually Barack Obama, right? Because he ran up the debt so much. And now you see the debt clock. That's also Habakkuk 2. I might as well actually get that in a bit. But this is Proverbs 23 and 5. If I can find the KJV version. And you know what's funny? As much of a devil that this man is, you can see in each and every one of these versions, they don't mention money or wealth. Some do, right? Like this one, it says, "For wealth certainly make itself wings like an eagle that flies towards heaven." But everything else, it would just say it, right? Because they're trying to cover up the fact that this is this man, right? They're trying to cover up the fact that of what the scripture is actually talking about. That's why, we read commentaries, right? So, Salakia, yep, there it is. This is KJV version. It says, "Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven." Right? So that's why riches, man, in this society, especially in this society, does not last. Even for this man that even runs the society. Right? For y'all, it don't even last. Because what are you doing with $25 million and more, and even 16.5 billion, and the money just disappears, right? Without a trace. How does that happen? Right? So this is Nahum 3 and 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." Right? So this is the bloody city. Why? Because it's built off of bloodshed. Not only that, but we're the ones who built this place under captivity. Right? We're the ones who were forced to build this place. And then we got to pay the state taxes. We got to pay the state, and then we got to pay the country. Just for them to pay, the investors. They know that they don't even have the money. Right? So y'all living in a house where the rent is due, but you ain't got the money for it. That don't make no sense. So we're forced to pay to breathe, pay to live, pay to die. And again, that's why this book has a lot of information, because that's why I went into that Housing Removal Act as well, because that's what that was about as well. Because they set up, even in slavery, they set up certain types of different slaves, slaves for the field, slaves for, housekeeping. But you also had slaves for raising animals. You had slaves for merchants, right? You had merchant slaves. You had slaves that would actually, that was only there to buy things, that was meant to spend things, like spend money just to make the slave master that much money, right? Just to make them more money and to make the entire state more money. That's what that was about. And then they brought that back through the Housing Removal Act, mainly through, the so-called black women, right? Eve. Because they knew that they would spend that much money, on dumb things. That's why the black woman buys so much stuff, right? Especially, online shopping or anything like that. That's why they buy so much things. That's where that was their whole plan and their agenda from the start. Until this day, they still going on with that Negro Removal Act. They removed the fathers out of the homes. The women's constantly buying things, right? Spending that much money. It was in the billions of dollars. And things that average women buy today. And then it's still the same thing. You can pretty much say the taxes is the Housing Removal Act. That's what it is. So, I wanted to get Psalms 26 and 9. It says, "Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men, in whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes." Right? So this man, both of his hands really is of mischief, right? And both of his hands really is, full of bribes, right? Because that's all this man ever does. He bribed. He bribed the heathens, right? That's why you got them heathens, man. They got to get it too, because they've been bribed. That's why you got the, as the elder goes into the Barbary slave trade, right? They funded that. A lot of things that's funded is through them. And a lot of things that's owed in money is also to them, right? Because this man signed a contract that he can't back out of, and he know that. In fact, this main scripture keep on going through my head, man. I might as well get it. This is Habakkuk 2 and 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." Right? So it said, "Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his," which is destruction, right? Unto him that increaseth things that he stole. Right? That's what this man has done. He's stolen this land because first of all, man, in America, he wasn't even here. He wasn't even here first. The buildings here weren't even here because of him. He had us build it. Right? The other lands, because he owns this entire earth right now. And this earth is not his. At the moment, yes, it is. But he stole it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Right? Because the Lord, Job 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? But the earth is going to return unto its rightful owners. Right? Y'all people are not the rightful owners, because all y'all have done is be a cancer to the earth. All y'all have ever done is be a pain and destruction unto it, pollution. Right? Forcing people to, spend this type of money. Right? And yet y'all still giving out a bunch of money. Y'all still printing money, but y'all still in debt. And then y'all give the money into the presidential system, and then the money disappears without no trace. Nobody saying anything about it. How is that? So by the Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakah HaKadosh, and Shalom.